forces are under attack.
Should you become a nuisance, I'll kill you myself.
Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remaster. Today gonna be Flash and JAEDONG in a ZVT for you today on Citadel. Top left, it's gonna be our blue Terran player. It is Flash. And in the bottom right, it is JAEDONG. Flash is back. He's laddering a lot. Got a lot of replays. Excellent one sent to me by RJB. He is screening them for me. Really do appreciate it. Bottom left, it's going to be nobody, but hey, Terra the Overlord is going to scout it and see that nobody is there. Maybe Steve the SCV will see him, and by process of elimination, he will know where JAEDONG is. So this is Citadel. Bit of a weirder map, I would say. Not too crazy. Just this little high ground position here, right? This little sliver is high ground. If you're over here, you can't see this because high ground is blocking it, but there's no real high ground you can stand on with many units, I guess. I guess you can like perch a worker or a ling up there or a marine and call it good. You also have these little center mineral only bases that kind of stink to take because you can put tanks over here, tanks down here, and everybody dies. And then you have these basically, not island expands, but really super narrow, the high ground thing going on again. Narrow chokes here, and then you can expand and feel pretty good about it. So, I don't know. Zerg player, as far as easier to defend expands, can't feel too terrible about this. Some giant wide open spaces, also pretty good for Zerg too. It's just these centered things, just not what you want to be doing here, I guess is the whole idea. Anyhow, what's going on here with Flash today? What's he going to do in this TVZ? We're going to guess SK Terran. All right. We're going to get a later gas. We're going to get multiple racks up. We're going to expand. We're going to get a lot of SCVs out. We're going to try to time our engineering bays to coincide with the mutas that are coming. And oh, totally missed this, but it's a pool first. What the heck? On a giant 4-player map, JAEDONG, really? Really? This is what you want to do with your life. So it goes pool first, into expand here at 10 supply. And here come the lings. All right, man. So, we see that. Yeah, okay. So Steve the SCV sees Terry the Overlord. I think Terry thought he wasn't spotted, but he totally was. Totally was. But look at this hard wall. Look at this beautiful walling that Flash is doing. Now, the question is, are these rocks passable? I'm not entirely sure on Citadel, to be honest with you. So let's find out together. Oh, nice little moonwalk there. Shook, little maneuver. An SCV says, ah, crap. That pool's late. Lings are probably showing up now. Pulled. Yeah, see, yep. SCV's pulled perfectly. That is passable. SCV repairing his buddy. SCV. The Lings have busted in. The Marines are dying. SCVs are fighting. They're pretty good fighters, but they can't fight this many Lings, and everybody dies. Another Marine pops up. Immediately kills 2 Zerglings before he gets wiped. That's huge. That's humongous. SCV fighting. More SCVs fighting, and the good saving grace here for Flash is that there are no more Lings coming because it's a double expand on the back of this from JAEDONG. That's one of the more effective pool openings I have seen. Part of it is, yeah, I guess part of the reason we did this is because this is unbuildable and it's passable. So you can't even hardwall your natural base. What the heck? Everywhere, Terran and Protoss players are like, now you know our pain, Falcon. This is horrendous. Who was like, Terran and Protoss shouldn't be able to wall off against Zerglings? That seems like a bad idea. Wow. All right, so we're still doing slow Lings here. Not enough gas, I guess, to go for metabolic boost. Probably gonna be a lair anyway. We're trying to make slow Lings work. These Marines are out of position. There's only 2 Lings here, though. And that's an Overlord. That's a pair of Lings. Okay, so we're not Ling flooding. There we go. First 100 gas going into a lair. So JAEDONG is not trying to Ling flood our guy into the ground. Which, would it even work? It might work. I mean, I would. If you're getting Ling flooded, you probably just want to build a bunker here, huh? That's what I would be doing. Metabolic boost is on the way at 4.5 minutes. Yes, no Marines died for those 2 Ling deaths. He's got 5 HP to his name, but there's a medic in production. He'll get healed up here, no problem at all. Ooh, blocking the SCV. No scout for you. Ooh, that's good. Look, you can probably infer that it's a Spire on the way here from JAEDONG, but it would be nice to get visual confirmation that that's what is happening. And I mean, there's not even a Spire yet because the lair is now done. Now done. And Spire. Really good timing there from JAEDONG. Does your Spire come up a nanosecond after your lair finishes? No. Be better. Play like the Dong. These Marines just hunting overlords. Maybe taking a roundabout path to this third base, which is getting a creep colony at it. There's the scan. He sees, creep colony, no sunken yet, eh? These lings don't have speed either. But slow ling, micro, good stim. Oh, stim is done too. Stim is done. Great micro. These guys just buying time. Buying time for that sunken to pop up. That was a good move by JAEDONG. Tough maneuver, but pulled it off nevertheless. Early Firebat is fun. He's dead. But early Firebat is definitely fun. Any more Firebats? Just that guy? Okay. He might have gotten into some scraps earlier. Maybe his buddies died on the way to that location, but all the Firebats. Oh, never mind. There are two here. How? Run by! Fire the body blocking. So you have to engage with the sunken. Couple drones died there, yeah, but that's better than Firebats getting deep into this base if there's nothing to stop them. There are no lings in there, no nothing. I love this drone chasing a medic. Look at how murderous he is. Rawr, rawr, spit, blah, and you explode when you get spit on by a drone. That is lore in the Brood War universe. Scans in, sees the Spire, says, saw that coming. So, ooh, factory coming in. It's a little bit of early of a factory. Is he gonna mech? 7 mutas on the way. These guys are working on infantry weapon upgrades, though. Ooh, double starport. Is this just triple starport? Is this 3-port Wraith? I mean, not just Wraith. Obviously, we got Marines and medics here. We're giving them upgrades and stuff, but I think it's 3-port Wraith from our guy Flash. We are mixing it up here, ladies and gentlemen. Mixing it up insanely. Queen's Nest Hydra Den combo, pretty potent coming in here from JAEDONG. Let's see when this gets sniffed out, because the starports are finishing up, control tower being added, Wraith production has begun. Okie doke. Control tower says we want cloak on these Wraiths, because you're not going to get 3-port Wraith and not worry about cloak, right? So seize the hive timing, neat. Muta's doing alright, sniping there. No upgrades are coming from them. They're not getting a carapace or a +1 flyer attack. So Wraiths don't trade super well against Mutalisks. Mutas are fast, zippy, splash damage good against groups of Wraiths. Wraiths are Pepper planes. They take damage from anything, like a lot of damage from anything that can hit them. What they want to do is snipe the Overlords, be cloaked, and then deal with the Mutas that way. Valkyries are much better at straight-up fights against Mutas just because they have that splash damage and much better range than the Wraiths have. Wraiths are intended to kill big things, right? Capital ships. Not really these guys. Not these small Mutalisk dudes. But hey, if you're cloaked and attacking something, it doesn't matter how much damage you're doing. It's a good place to be. Wow, 3-port Wraith. We've seen Flash do this on the channel. Not recently necessarily, but over the last couple months, I remember a game of him doing this. It's fun. God, more scanning, huh? Just trying to see what's going on down there in Zergville. Nothing too surprising, I would say. Lurkers coming in. Defiler Mound morphing as well. Trying to take down a turret, failing kind of miserably. Sorry, mutating. That makes more sense. Mutating into a Defiler Mound from a drone. So yeah, he full stacks his mutas, but the cloaked Wraiths, though, Yo! Dude, that is one Overlord. You can kill that Overlord. Get him. Get that Overlord. You can two volley that sucker down. Yes. The mutos are like, ah, crap, run. Run. We're fast, like I said earlier. Where are my Overlords? There's one. There's one. There's one. But this is not running. Ooh, hang on. Some of these wraiths are out of energy. So the mutas decide to turn around and kill those. The splash damage also hurting the cloaked ones. That's kind of good. I like that out of JAEDONG, but... Okay, Scourge connecting. Nope, that one didn't. Muta down. Oh, that whole Mutaflock just got obliterated. Absolutely removed from the game. Okay, so maybe no more Mutalisk production, I guess. That was sick by Flash. Yeah. Now, it's like, oh, how many Hydras do you have? 0? Oh, you do have a Spore. That's fun. Overlord's down. Not a supply block on JAEDONG. Nice splits. Flash. You madman. Okay, then he loses another one. Hydras are coming out. There's no Spore inside the main base, tragically. Drones getting sniped all over the place here. This is brutal. And then maybe trying to set up and break through this, but Defilers exist, Sunkens exist, Lurkers exist, so no. Oh, and then the Cloak. When is Overlord speed? Okay, Overlord speed is done. Micro against these Scourge is difficult, man. One volleying down drones. Brutal. Brutality. 34 workers remaining on both sides here. JAEDONG had a pretty substantial drone advantage. Dark Swarm protecting those guys. Nice. Continual reinforcing wraiths showing up here. Ow, that one died. Little tough play for sure. You want to kill drones or do you want to kill Overlords in this position? And yeah, it sure seems like Flash has made his decision. Ooh, flying over. Bunch of those Hydras, not ideal, but kind of forcing out more Hydras than maybe JAEDONG wants to make, although the current meta does allow for Hydras. We've been seeing Zerg players try to make better use of Hydralisks in this matchup, and not just the Lurkers. You know, and Ultras, Endlings, and whatnot, but yeah. So just firing up more barracks. Definitely slowing down the Zerg player here. Worker count is 30 to 40 SCVs. I want to say killing Overlords would be good here, but it's only 50 supply for JAEDONG. He's so far away from being supply blocked. I don't know. This kind of feels like bullying. Plague-oo! Catching every one of the remaining wraiths. Do you want to repair these guys? There is an SCV ready for repair if you feel like investing the minerals and gas to do it. Well, I don't know. I think the reason this is a weird opening, because it's definitely a weird opening. Tanks would probably be better if you're trying to break stuff like this. Wraiths are not good at breaking static defenses, obviously. They're good at harassing. They're good at dealing with battle cruisers and carriers and whatnot. But, okay. I mean, you almost have to repair these dudes, don't you? You can't just leave them. I mean, send them home. There you go. If you're just going to let them die, you're probably going to go ahead and let them die out on the map, not bring them all the way home for death. So good. Flash repairs his injured stuff. You should too. Another scan, huh? So double scan on the third base and the natural base, trying to see what's going on. And nothing really new, right? It's Hydras, it's Lings, it's Defilers, it's macro hatches. I mean, nothing too crazy here from JAEDONG at all. He's not trying to change the meta. Not today, at least. Wraithball all repaired up? No, one of them got repaired up and the rest of them are super injured still. That's funny. Flash is like, yes, Falcon, I do repair my injured wraiths. And then he repaired one of them to like half HP and then called it a day. Wait, no, all right. He's been shamed into doing more repair job. There you go. That's how you do. That's how you do. Radiate. Ow. I mean, you hurt the stuff around you. He's trying to get out of there. Man, he took half the HP off that Lurker, and other stuff died too, including a Scourge. Turrets are messing with pathing. Time to wipe that out. Menace adapting node is on the way from the Defilers. Okay, so it is a 3-basing JAEDONG versus a 3-basing Flash. The economic harassment on JAEDONG has really prevented him from getting a 4th base as fast as he'd want to. there are some good options here too. There are definitely some great options. Looks like JAEDONG is keeping the Hydras around. I think mostly because he knows the Wraiths exist. And if he doesn't have the Hydras here, the Overlords get wiped out. Then the Cloaked Wraiths just start going to town. So I don't think this is him like wanting to make Hydras, because that's what he was planning on doing. I think this is him making Hydras out of necessity. Because this Wraith Ball is, again, repairing 2 of the Wraiths up to full HP this time. But the rest of them, no. Flash is not interested in that. JAEDONG making a move on the third base of Flash. Tank's in a good position to shut this thing down. Hydra's fighting. Good snipe on a Science Vessel. That is an advantage of having Hydras out. Is sniping Science Vessels too. It's just nice Plague. Just catching the Science Vessels with Hydras. It's a bit easier to do than with Scourge just because of the range position here. Flash is retreating from this spot. Not a happy camper about that. Just kind of gets rolled. Only medics remain. They're retreating as far as they can. Trying to use the trees maybe to get a bit of a mischance there. But nope. Not gonna happen. JAEDONG, he needed that. He needed some kind of a win because the first 15 minutes of this game were not really his. I mean, the Muta Harass was good. I'm not gonna tell him the Muta Harass was bad. It did a bunch of damage for sure. He took this base. Oh man, I spent so much time in the early stage of the game saying these bases are terrible. But alright, cool. He's taking it. Cloaked Wraith Ball is back, baby. Snipes a Defiler. We got our 200% Wraiths with our other race that if you spit on them, they die. Lurkers. No Dark Swarms here. Is there supposed to be a Defiler with this and the Wraith sniped it? Oh my gosh, sniping another Defiler. Got him. Oh, but every Wraith, even a Wraith that was full HP died there. Tough stuff, but sniping the Defiler was pretty good. More Defilers, however, do exist. As usual, more Dark Swarms are coming up. More Plagues are going to happen here, too. Adding tanks into the mix to counter for the fact that there are Hydras out on the map. Pretty standard transition here. I mean, these tanks have existed for a while, but we are firing up more of them tanks now. This 5th base 6 o'clocker of JAEDONG appears to die. I'm just going to go ahead and let that one get canceled. Cancel. Oh, killed. Not good, JAEDONG. You don't want that to happen. And then this Ling Ultra group is going to try to show up and wipe out this mineral-only base that Flash is going for, but there's actually protection here. Because Flash will defend his own bases when they're under construction, which is nice. So, let's see, however. Dark Swarm and a Plague combo jumping on this. Alright. Sometimes maybe you don't have enough defense to shut it down. Oh, yeah, these Lurkers looking good, man. The Plague Lurker combo with the Dark Swarm. What a sick maneuver there from JAEDONG. Wow. All right. What's the further play going to be here? More Hydras, more Lurkers. Siege tank count is nil. This army does not have a siege tank. Look at these Hydras chasing these Science Vessels down. They're pretty fast. Plague up. Plague up, looking so plaguey. Hydras and Dark Swarm just vaulting in here to pick out a couple tanks. Baiting stuff into the Lurkers. Sick play, great play. Top right base from JAEDONG coming in to replace the attempt at a 5th base down here, which didn't happen. These guys gonna boxer maneuver something? I don't know. We'll find out. We will find out together today. Radiate's coming down hot and heavy. Science Vessel killed. Science Vessels are key to this whole thing. Science Vessels and tanks, I would say, are key to this whole thing working. So keeping those alive is going to be a big deal, which is why JAEDONG is working so hard and is willing to sacrifice units to kill those units. Because he knows they are the linchpin to this whole darn strategy. But yeah, hit the like button, subscribe. I'm here 6 times a week with Brood War content, remastered, sometimes non-remastered. It's a ton of fun. Alright, so JAEDONG's just kind of got the upper hand in a lot of these engagements so far. Everything Flash has been trying to do to get across the map, JAEDONG's just kind of been ready for. Look at this. Pre-Dark Swarms completely shuts this whole thing down. Just not even close. Ling's added on there. This group kind of pinning a group of Marines to a wall there, but siege tank support up north makes that a little bit of a non-tenable position. Unadrenaled Zerglings are fighting at 20 minutes. Nice plague. JAEDONG's going to try this without adrenal lings, which I don't know that I'd necessarily agree with at all. Keep watching the production tab. Maybe we'll get adrenal at some point, but he's just making so many Hydras, right? Giving them another upgrade. Yes, there's going to be 2 upgrade, 3 armor on those dudes, 3-2 on the Marines. This group doesn't even run because Flash is making a bigger move up to the north. Is he going to try? There you go. Siege tanks on the break. That's how you do it. They got +1 attack. They are working on a +2. They're pretty far away from it, though. This is what Flash needs to get back in this game. The early Wraith stuff was good, but JAEDONG's kind of owned the last 10 minutes. All right. Hydra's popping out of that Nidus like clowns out of a clown car. Dark Swarm popping, Lurkers in, D-Matrix on the Siege tank, trying to hold it. Another D-Matrix trying to keep this tank alive a little bit better. Maybe Adrenal finally gets started. I think JAEDONG maybe realized just now he didn't have it. That Ling going pop, pop, pop. Slow attacks are slow. Reinforcing units from JAEDONG coming out of the Nidus, reinforcing from Flash, retreating from the position. They don't like what they see there at all. But this base holding from JAEDONG, important. So important economically for him. Ooh. $149 to $136 supply. Man, Adrenal not being done here is kind of a big deal for JAEDONG. Good snipe. Science Vessel dies. Got it on a radiate off. Probably, I don't know how many kills that Science Vessel had, but you definitely want to get more than 1 kill with a Science Vessel before it dies. It's generally how it works. Siege tanks scanning in, going after the static defenses. JAEDONG coming in from both sides to wipe out this tank group. D-Matrix doesn't do a lot. Not against these now adrenaled Zerglings, man. No attack upgrades on those boys. They're working on a +1. They'll get there eventually. But wow, JAEDONG completely crushes that. A Sunken Anaspore did die at that right side base, though. So, I mean, small victories. Why is there a Defiler up here? There is a 230 energy Defiler wiggling his place up here at the 12 o'clock. What is going on with you, guy? What in the name of all that is holy are you doing, sir? Yeah, I don't know. Flash has got the 4 bases rolling. Marine, tank, Science Vessel. Science Vessel's not getting targeted there. Good stuff here by Flash, setting up. This is what Terran fans want to see. This is a crushing through. Nidus gets targeted. Dark Swarm comes up. Everybody needs to fall back and let the siege tanks handle this as the units get dragged out of the Dark Swarm into the siege tanks. This is what we're looking at here. +1 tanks. This is +2 just finished as I was pointing at it. That's hilarious. Like right at the exact right time. Dark Swarm shutting down the 4th base of Flash here. This 4th base of JAEDONG, though, that's an evac. That's a dead base. So not looking particularly good here for either player. Flash gets knocked down to 3 bases. JAEDONG gets knocked down to 4 bases. We pretty much just we base traded status quo, although this base could lift. It doesn't actually have to die, which is a major benefit today for Flash and always when he's playing Terran. Natural base, top right spawn getting taken by the Dong. He's trying to go ahead and keep up economically here. A lot of tanks, a lot of +2 tanks. Moving up. Science vessels. Snipe was pretty good there. 3 science vessels die. Tanks siege up. Another D-Matrix setup here. Lurkers on the right side. Do they want to engage here? Not so much. They decide not to engage. They're going to fall back to a more defensible position, maybe over here, but that means that base is in trouble. And look, the 4th base of JAEDONG is back because it was not actually killed. If Flash can get up here and actually contain this top right corner, that's going to be a win for him. He's trying it. 150 to 120 supply. JAEDONG is down. Plague on the tanks. They unsiege. They try to run. And one of them dies anyway, but the other one does manage to make it out. Marines with 3-3 upgrades and medic support. Gonna get jumped on by Lings with +1 and Adrenal, and the Lings are gonna win because there are so many of them. Siege tanks firing from distance, getting big chunks of Zergling death. 14 kill there. But the Marines are taking splash damage too. Not ideal. This Lurker trying to burrow in. This is a very intense situation. Put a Marine next to the Lurker so the splash kill. Okay, never mind, it died anyway. All right, fair enough. 143 to 126 supply. Flash's reinforcements continuing to cruise on up here. Sieging up. Trying to cover. The fire bats have been added into the comp here. And is there going to be enough to hold a lot of Hydras? A big dark swarm would be pretty sick here. Out of JAEDONG, there's a Defiler, but he's wiggling around uselessly on the right side. Cast something. There we go. Dark Swarm does come up, but it's not enough to save this hatchery. It is not enough to save the hatch. Hydra's in direct engagement, not having a good time. Putting these tanks a little bit closer to this area. Nice Irradiate plus tank combo, but also a Plague, catching a bunch of those Marines. Very intense situation here in the top right. JAEDONG takes the 6 o'clock base again. Scans in to see what we're dealing with, and the Nidus Canal means you're dealing with infinite enemies. But the Irradiate's coming fast and heavy here. Lurker Egg getting irradiated. Probably a misclick on Flash's part, but he's up 146 to 118 supply. Bam. Lurker Egg dead. Marines, tanks, fire bats storming the gates here at the top right. If JAEDONG cannot hold this, he is a dead Zerg. Lings popping out of the Nidus, doing what they can. There are so many tanks. So many tanks, and yeah, this is just too much Terran, man. Yes, good snipe on the tanks on the top side, but the tanks outside of the base are getting massive amounts of work done. My gosh, one of these kills has got it. 19 kills, Siege tank having a wonderful time here. Irradiate, catching those Hydras. Another Irradiate, catching those Hydras. I don't know. I don't know if JAEDONG can hold this, but the tanks just kind of unsupported out here. Not going to do a lot. Reinforcing dudes do show up, but a bigger group heads down south into a Lurker trap. Oh, it's a Lurker trap. Beautiful stuff here from JAEDONG. I don't know. That was just the Lurkers didn't have vision. They just didn't have vision. That was not a... There's no way he was paying that close attention to those Lurkers when this is going on the other side. But Flash shows up. No Nidus, no nothing down here. JAEDONG, you have to defend your newer bases because this is going to happen. Firebats going to town inside your mineral line. Drones dying all over the place. 48 to 55 workers. JAEDONG has a nice advantage on workers, but if that base dies and if this base dies, that's it. I don't think he can do it anymore. Yeah, that's it. GG. JAEDONG taps out, and Flash is our winner. 14 kill Siege tank, 21 kill Siege tank. Adding those tanks in the comp is so nice. Such a good thing to do. Man. That was absolutely fantastic stuff there, man. That was great. That was a truly great TVZ from Flash, getting the win against JAEDONG. Neither of these players are like top 2 in the world right now, but they have a long history. They're figuring out how to play in 2024. They're giving each other great games. But yeah, tank count enough to deal with the Hydras that were kind of made in response to the Wraiths. So this started out with a 3-port Wraith play, and at the end of the day, it turned out to be Flash adding tanks into the comp, dealing with the Hydras, And it was close. It was a close game. Like, this was not a raffle stomp by Flash by any stretch of the imagination. This base got canceled once. It got attacked. A bunch of SCVs died there, but a lot of it came down to this base having no defenses at all. Flash did not have to commit a lot to kill it, and that's big because he needed a lot for this top right. So, GG, man. Beautiful micro on display from both sides, too. Great Plague, great Dark Swarms, great D-Matrixes. The Irradiates were hot and heavy. 207,000 points from Flash, 200 from JAEDONG, outproducing Flash 2-1, getting outkilled by more than a 2-1, 8-2 buildings raised, resources, outspending Flash by JAEDONG by about 8,000 resources in 28 minutes. It seems like it'd be enough, but it was really about the future, right? It's about the fact that we're not able to hold on with the top right base dead and the 6 o'clock base dead. Just no getting around it. So, GG. That was fantastic. What a great showing of how to play TVZ there from Flash. A bloodbath all around for sure. And that's going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. If you like what you saw and what you heard today, you can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch. All at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.